Hitting a weight loss plateau is a common yet really frustrating experience. Studies show that after the initial stages of weight loss, the body often adapts by slowing down its metabolism, making it harder to shed those extra pounds. But don't lose hope. In this video, I'm going to explain the top 5 reasons why you're hitting a weight loss plateau and how to overcome them with proven strategies. So number 1 is the psychological factor. Psychological factors play a huge, significant role in weight loss plateaus. I think 98% of plateaus are rooted here. So some action steps for you is number 1, if you have fear of actually achieving your lower weight, it's important to recognize past traumas and understand that your current weight might feel like a safety net. Address these feelings with self-compassion and, if needed, and I really highly suggest this, is to seek professional help to dig in and do that very necessary deep work. Could be coming from your belief systems. It's important to cultivate a positive mindset. I know it's easy to say this and difficult to do sometimes, but remember, if you think you can or think you can't, you're right. Use positive affirmations to reinforce your belief in achieving your goals. Another thing that can be helpful is visualization, visualizing your success. I love this quote by Bob Proctor. He says, if you can hold it in your head, you can hold it in your hand. And I've seen this true in my life over and over again. You could create vision boards or practice daily visualization of yourself at that optimal, healthy, ideal goal weight. Another thing that you could dive into is manifestation. Think about your brain being this computer and the words that you use actually run this computer and tell it what to do and how to think and how to feel. So you want to avoid negative self-talk. Replace statements like, I'll never get there with, I am capable of achieving my weight loss goals. I want you to think if you criticize yourself. Consider that. And if you do, stop beating yourself up. I tell our PhD weight loss clients this all the time. Stop beating yourself up and give yourself a hug. Treat yourself with kindness and patience like you would treat your child or a loved one or your spouse. Recognize that setbacks are just a part of the journey. I have a lot of longer episodes diving into the psychological factors around weight loss plateaus and what can help make your weight loss a success. So if you feel like it's a mindset thing for you, and remember 98% of the time it is, I urge you to check out these longer episodes. And another reason why you might be experiencing weight loss plateaus is if you're eating the wrong foods. Certain foods marketed as healthy can sabotage your weight loss efforts. So I urge you to monitor your food choices. Avoid relying on foods that sound healthy but really aren't, like chickpea pasta or oat milk or cauliflower pizza crusts. Opt for whole, unprocessed foods. Even though these foods that I just mentioned sound healthy, they're processed, and usually the companies add in tapioca starch and potato flour and soy flour that make these foods carbier than their regular counterparts. Oat milk and the processing makes it spike your insulin more rapidly than most other sources. So you want to make sure you focus on your protein sources and ensure that your protein sources come from diverse sources, not just beans and nuts. Plant-based proteins, they can be okay, but they're not ideal, they're not high quality. It's much easier to get good protein sources from animal proteins like meats, red meat, poultry, fish, and eggs. Full-fat dairy, if you can tolerate dairy, are your good protein sources. Another reason why your weight loss might be stalled is because of inconsistent movement or inconsistent exercise. Your workout routine might not be optimal for continued weight loss. So some action steps for you here is to get some variety in your workouts. Mix up your exercise routine to include some strength training. That's the number one most important thing you can do when you're dropping weight, is to lift weights or lift something heavy, overload your muscles somehow. You could consider some high intensity interval training, some flexibility exercises, but you want to make sure you avoid chronic cardio. Chronic cardio is defined as working at 80 to 90% of your max heart rate for more than 45 minutes. A lot of us do this. We get on the elliptical and we do chronic cardio. It is counterproductive. If you want to learn more about the right types of exercise to do. I have a longer episode on why chronic cardio is keeping you fat and what you should do instead, so check that out. Consistency is key when it comes to your movement. You want to be consistent with your workouts throughout the week, not just on weekdays or not just on the weekend. Consistency is the key to breaking through plateaus. And then another reason why, number 4, why you might be stuck in your weight loss is because of lifestyle factors. Elements like sleep, stress, certain medications can significantly impact your weight loss journey. So what you want to do here is consider improving your sleep. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night to regulate hunger hormones and boost metabolism. Manage your stress. Practice stress reducing techniques like meditation, deep breathing, yoga, whatever that might be for you, but find what that stress management could be. When I talk to our PhD weight loss clients, they often mention it's getting outside, getting out in nature. And then review your medications. Consult with your healthcare provider to see if any of your medications could be affecting your weight loss. If you're on beta blockers, if you're on some antidepressants, those guys can slow your metabolism. It's not that you want to stop these medications, but consulting your doctor could be helpful because there could potentially be other options for you. Number 5 is you could have a slowed metabolism. As you lose weight, your metabolism naturally slows down, and potentially old habits could be coming back in at the same time, and this makes weight loss really challenging. So if you think this might be the culprit for you, you could consider some reverse dieting. I don't love this term, but basically what it means is to gradually increase your calorie intake to boost your metabolism without gaining fat. Identify your habits. Be mindful of those habits that might have returned, like drinking alcohol or eating these higher calorie snacks at night, maybe sitting down at night watching TV and getting those pretzels and those popcorns back out when you had let those go for a little bit. Maybe you're not measuring your portions anymore and you used to. Really keeping a food journal can help you stay accountable and see what habits might be creeping back. And then seek support. Consider seeking an outside perspective like a nutritionist or a coach or even a family member to help you identify and overcome those barriers you might not see on your own. It's really important to have an outside perspective to tell you the truth, tell you what you need to hear. When we are our own coach, it gets a bit emotional inside and we can't really see what is truly going on. Okay guys, so I know I just mentioned a lot of reasons why your weight loss might be stuck or slowed, but I wanted to use this as an opportunity to quickly lay them all out in front of you. If you're experiencing a slowdown, I encourage you to dig into those mental and emotional reasons because that is likely part of the root cause, even if you feel like there are those metabolic aspects at play. We often like to jump to the metabolic aspects first, but I encourage you to go to the mental and emotional aspects first instead. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please subscribe and drop your comments below. I want you to share with this community your experiences around weight loss plateaus and how you overcame them. If you are currently experiencing a weight loss plateau, I want you to share. I encourage you to, and I have hopes that we can help you break through it together. As always, share with others who you think would find this content valuable, and I'll see you next time.